The story is well known. According to a prophecy, Oedipus is born destined to commit the most horrible of crimes. Is it running with scissors? No! Not refilling the ice cube tray? No again! He's destined to kill his father and marry his mother!
Aristotle was a great philosopher who created the rules regarding what constitutes a tragedy. He believed that Oedipus the King was the best tragedy based upon 6 characteristics: plot, theme, character, diction, melody, and spectacle. In Oedipus, the plot is perfectly planned out in a logical manner to exhibit Oedipus's downfall. Every move Oedipus makes contributes to his tragic fall unbeknownst to him.
So Oedipus investigates, and in so doing, he finds out some terrible facts about himself.
The play shows that one cannot fight fate, and that whatever happens is bound to happen. It shows Oedipus's journey, which demonstrates that every step he takes to prevent the fulfillment of the prophecy is simply futile.
Oedipus, 'cause 32 is still a goddamn number. 32 still counts. Gonna make it count.
All's well that ends well, right? We got this plague, remember? The plague that's hanging around because the murderer of the old king hasn't been punished. Well, the facts of Oedipus's investigation basically tell him this. Oedipus, you know that nice couple who raised you in Corinth? Well, they're not actually your parents. And you know that guy that you killed at the crossroads? Guess what? That was your dad, the king of Thebes. And Jocasta? Joe Mama.
Well, Oedipus is totally devastated when he learns this. He can't believe he's the guy who killed the former king, his father, and is responsible for the plague on Thebes. And his horror.
Aristotle defines character as the personality or the part an actor represents in a play. The character of Oedipus was perfectly planned to connect all the parts of the play. Aristotle says that in a Greek tragedy, the character should be renowned and prosperous. There is also a noticeable and significant change in the character. Aristotle says we are supposed to have pity for the main character. Oedipus is a very relatable character because he is a man who tries to do the best he can. He is a man very much like ourselves. We try to stop bad things from happening, like Oedipus does by trying to fight fate. However, Oedipus is unsuccessful like regular humans also usually are. Aristotle says that we should try to pity the main character. We pity Oedipus because he is unsuccessful in trying to fight fate, and it was not his fault that he could not fight the inevitable. It also wasn't his fault that he was led to an ultimate downfall and tragedy. As humans, we fear that we, like Oedipus, may also be unable to prevent our downfall and unable to fight fate.
We're exploring the depth of human suffering and the responses to that suffering. Oedipus's suffering and actions set him apart from us and make him worthy of study. Like with King Lear, we see a character maintaining his dignity in the face of great calamity, and through this process we see the true measure of the man.
Oedipus is responsible for his actions, even though they were prophesied. The prophecy did not cause Oedipus to kill his father and marry his mother. When Oedipus discovers the facts, he confronts them with courage and integrity.
What do we mean by courage and integrity? Well, Oedipus doesn't shrink from the knowledge of the horrible things he has done. He faces them, and by blinding himself, takes responsibility for his actions.
Diction is the expression of the meaning in words. In Oedipus, proper and appropriate language is used to depict the plot and characteristics of the tragedy. Aristotle's theory incorporates the use of stylish elements, specifically metaphors, in regards to a tragedy. In this tragedy, imagery is used to metaphorically illustrate and illuminate the plot, incorporating the images such as blindness versus sight or light versus darkness. A specific example is Oedipus's blindness. Another specific example of diction in Oedipus is that of the Sphinx and riddles.
dun 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 dun. I'm the king's 32nd son, born to him a 32nd time, born to him with my hair still on, born to him with 2 eyebrows on, and that's all I was wearing when I woke up staring at the world. My mom had been a rather crazy queen, but not at all like sex machine. She liked to keep her body clean, clean. Thought the world to be quite obscene, but she'd retired to her chambers, and we remained quite strangers. And to see me made her off.
Women were associated with savagery, perversity, and unpredictability. A woman, armed with the strength and inscrutability of the lion, was the perfect riddle-setting monster, as Oedipus discovered.
One morning I woke up and I thought Oedipus, 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 Oedipus. Then one morning and I woke up and I thought rap.
For melody, Aristotle says that a Greek chorus should be prevalent in a tragedy. In Oedipus, the Greek chorus is directly involved in the plot itself and plays a major role by giving us insight into the minds of the characters and commenting on the happenings of Thebes.
Goddamn number 32 is still a goddamn number full sad, and to touch me made her awful sad.
Last but not least is Aristotle's qualification for spectacle. Spectacle is everything seen, heard, and experienced that has an effect upon the audience in the tragedy. However, Aristotle believes that it is the meaning rather than the acting that is important.
But if we understand the story of Oedipus, we understand tragedy.
If the king